So, Aquarius, somebody is definitely feeling that you're not around anymore. You have the Knight of Cups, the King of Pentacles. This is about you, Aquarius, offering time and energy and attention to somebody, trying to get to know them, right? And they decided to stay stuck on not really putting their best foot forward when it comes to you. Well, now they're regretting it because the Five of Cups represents their regret. But why? Page of Wands. You decided not to stay with them because they acted like you were the one that was supposed to come to them and give them attention and chase after them. And the truth is, nobody wants to be chased. You know, nobody wants to, not no one wants to be chased. No one wants to chase after someone so much, right? It comes to a point where you can only do so much chasing before you're either going to stop chasing, right, and let the person catch you, or you're going to step off, right? And this is the reason why it is that I say don't fall for that, Aquarius, because even a chasing thing is an S test. This is what I mean when I say these stupid games be winning stupid prizes, because that's all of that stuff is an S test. This is what I mean, that playing games and doing that type of stuff, it's subtle. And when you're not paying attention to it, you can fall into it because you're trying to find out what's going on with this person, what's going on. This person's deliberately not answering their phone. And they're trying to make it seem like they got so much value. But in actuality, that's not really what it is. They want you to be doing all the chasing, but they don't have a personality. They're dysfunctional. They put too much emphasis on their looks on either side, right? So a lot of you Aquarius realize that that's what it was, and you stopped talking to them because of it. They had their opportunity. They literally blew it. They didn't take that chance. They didn't try to get to know you. They didn't say they didn't say anything. Nothing. So the Justice now represents, so they have to live with that. You know, this was someone that you, Aquarius, was chasing. I would say chasing too much, but you were trying to get to know them, okay? You were trying to get to know them. You really didn't go after them too much. They overplayed their hand by keeping you on the outside or keeping you at a certain distance a little bit too long. And you, Aquarius, was like, all right, it's probably a month, or, you know, a month may have went by, and you was like, okay, you're done, right? Don't chase after anybody longer than a month. If a person, I mean, come on now, if a person cannot make up their mind as to what it is that they want, there's really no reason for you to continue to try to talk to them, right? And what I mean when I say chase them is, let me qualify that. You have to make it clear that you're interested in them by telling them that. And if they are acting like a jerk with you, give them up to a month. Give them up to a month. Right? Give them up to a month. And because the reason why is because, like I said before, a month is a pretty long time, right? And a lot of times people get bent out of shape about the whole month thing, because I'm like, you should probably knock boots. It's like, well, what do you mean? I got to take the time to get to know somebody. It's like, that's cap, because you know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't take that super longer than a month to decide that they want to knock boots with somebody. It's like, if a person is running all that type of game, Aquarius, 10 chances out of 1, they playing too much. And they think that this game plan is going to pay off when it's really just making them look stupid. So don't even pay attention to that, right? And you didn't. And now it's coming back to bite them in the butt. Because the King of Wands now, the King of Wands and the Seven of Wands, right, is about how, you know, you spent a certain amount of time trying to talk to them. It didn't work. So now a lot of you Aquarius are on to handle your business, right? Single again, trying to get to know other people, trying to find out if someone is out there for you that you are compatible with. The King of Wands represents taking and realizing that there's not a lot out here. And you're right, there is not a lot out here. But you're willing to be more direct. And the Seven of Wands, however, represents, and you're willing to work for it as long as it has some sort of meaningful advantage to it. What I mean by that is, as long as there's value, right? As long as where it is that you're working for is a functional relationship, right? Because you don't have to get married, right? And marriage is not necessarily the end all be all, because people still cheat during marriage. So I mean, ultimately, when the two of you pledge allegiance to be loyal to each other, that in on itself is a form of marriage, right? But I'm saying all that to say that if you're going to be dating out here, just make sure that what you're looking for is a steady relationship, and make sure that you're able to go about getting it. And how you're able to go about getting it is by you making it clear. I'll say about the second or the third date that you want a strong relationship. You ain't necessarily have to say marriage per se, but just let them know that you want something long term. And if it's not anything long term, okay, if they say if they say something like they're just chilling with you, you know to stay away from them. The Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords now represents and set boundaries, because when you're out here and you're trying to get to know people, boundaries is going to be a very important thing, because people who will play games will try to make it seem like they're trying to figure out a way to step over said boundaries. So what you Aquarius want to do is you want to make sure that they don't run that game by creating good boundaries, like I said, within your own self. And if you don't necessarily get the results that you want from being clear and decisive with what you want, speaking up that you want a relationship, something long term, and they try to overstep that boundary, you got to leave. Regardless of whether they decide to overstep that boundary or they tell you that they're just chilling, you still have to leave, because you know that ultimately they're really not going to give you what you want anyway. So the Queen of Swords now represents you, Aquarius, have to remember as well to not necessarily get upset, because this is what part of dating is about. You have to put some form of time in, because a lot of times people want to make it seem like they can know everything, right? They know, like, oh, they want to spend absolutely no time, and at the same time figure out if they would get something out of this person, and if this relationship would pay dividends, if it would bring value. And it's like, listen, in some shape, form, or fashion, you are going to have to sacrifice some form of time. This idea of you knowing everything and doing all of this, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying in a general sense, the idea that someone trying to play all these games, because that's part of what it is. It's this idea of I'm stepping in to kind of see what you'll do, then I'll step out. So I'm slightly dabbing. I'm kind of like I'm in enough to kind of get the reward, but I don't really want to put too much effort in, because I don't want to end up wasting my time. And it's like, right, but when the other person is bringing value and they're being serious, they're wasting their time on you. And I'm not saying you, I'm saying they're wasting their time on the individual playing games, because that person playing games isn't putting in any kind of effort at all. So you have to be very careful about that. Okay, you have to be very careful when you spot that type of person to stay away from them. So let's clarify the Queen of Swords. The Magician, Five of Cups, yeah, which you already got. Two of Pentacles, yeah, Three of Cups. So this is about how right now you will meet someone else, but you're just going through the goobers. You're just going through the hood boogers, the individuals that really have no hope in life. They're not really up to anything constructive, and that can go for either side. So you, Aquarius, just right now have to be quite patient, because that's just natural. You're going to run into some boogers, right? Some hood boogers. And just stay away from the hood boogers, though, spot them out. Just stay away from them as much as you can. Just know that hood boogers are out here. Y'all know this, and they're everywhere. So patience is key. All right, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Come on, Aquarius, y'all need to come through for real, because there's a link in the comment section called a link tree. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which you can have tarot readings from me, private tarot readings, my books, clothes, right? Sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts. Appreciate it if y'all came through, you know, got any one of my services. Keep the show running, and thank you enough. You know, we're growing, thankfully. Let's continue to grow. I got 9,280 some odd. Smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.